Hello, everyone, for OneWrestling.com. This is Bill Apter at the Apter Chat, face to face, the only pro wrestling website that takes you everywhere, face to face via Skype. My guest this morning is, I've asked him to come on, he is the best friend of Bobby Eaton. Bobby Eaton from the Midnight Express. Mr. Brian Thompson, who is also with TCW, Traditional Championship Wrestling. Welcome to the Apter Chat.
Well, thank you, Bill. It's certainly an honor to be on the Apter Chat, and with your background and history, I will go on the record and say the greatest wrestling journalist of all time.
Well, thank you.
And
I appreciate
I'll shoot right
that.
there and say that. So it's certainly an honor to be here with you.
I appreciate that, and you know what I'm telling people now is that at least here on One Wrestling, I'm not doing as much writing as I am these wonderful broadcast journalist chats, because people really seem to enjoy seeing everybody face to face. Now, I know that you are Bobby Eaton's best friend, and there have been several times you've taken him to the hospital, you visited with him. We wanted to find out what the real skinny is on this thing, being a reporter here. What's going on with Bobby Eaton? Can you tell us?
Sure, I'm glad. And I actually read here recently the other day some rumors, and I'm wanting to dispel some rumors. If someone will just kind of join me here. I want to hear. Wait a minute.
Oh my God! What? All right, Bobby Eaton. Welcome. Wow. Welcome.
Surprise.
My old buddy. Wow. Well, let me take a look at him. You look great. You're alive.
I feel fine. I'm alive.
You look
He's alive.
He's alive. Yes, it's Dr. Frankenstein. He's alive. He's alive. Wow. It is so good to see you. There's a terrific surprise. Brian and I set up yesterday that we would talk about Bobby this morning, and there he is. Wow. So, Bobby, tell us what's going on with your health.
Excuse me. I'm doing fine, Bill. I'm just had some minor things going wrong, with my heart and just my legs and everything.
Diabetes related. A lot of diabetes. So
Okay.
Type 2.
Okay.
I'm a lot better now.
Yeah. Well, you look fantastic.
Although he will dispel another rumor, there is no scaffold match coming up next week or anything like that. So he won't be doing any of those anytime soon. But I don't think he'd do those anyway right now.
So what? Tell us, Bobby, how you're spending your days currently.
Just hanging around here in Arkansas, watching TV, visiting with friends.
Yeah.
Not doing a whole lot of stuff right now.
Now, you watching TV? Are you watching wrestling, of course?
Oh, yeah, of course I do.
So what are you watching?
All the time.
Do you
Whatever's
go back?
on, I watch WWE. I watch TCW.
Yeah. Now
TNA.
tell us about your involvement with Traditional Championship Wrestling.
Basically, I work behind the scenes. I just make sure the guys are in their spots when they're ready, and I watch their matches. And then when they get back, I tell them what I think they've done wrong or what they've done right.
Yeah.
If they want to listen to it, they can.
Okay. Kind of like
They
what
don't. Just won't.
Yeah, but it's funny because back in your prime days, back in the Crockett territory, people used to come over to you for advice all the time as well. You were, even when you were young and learning in the business, a lot of people considered you one of the best sources of fine-tuning their own careers.
Yeah, thank you. I try to watch all the matches I can, and then, of course, I still make mistakes too. I still make them.
Hey, we all do. We all do. I've made a bunch on the Apter Chats as well. So tell us, Bobby, do you still keep in touch with Cornette, Stan Lane, Dennis Condrey?
I talk to Cornette about once or twice a year, maybe a few more times than that. Depends.
Okay.
When he wants to talk, when I can get to him.
Right.
And I'll see Dennis every now and then.
Yeah. What is Dennis doing? What is Dennis doing these days?
He's living in Alabama. I'm not sure what all he's doing.
Yeah.
But I'll see him on some shows, here and there.
And what about Stan? What about Sweet Stan Lane?
He works for the what's the name of the place?
There's a Speed Channel, isn't it?
It's a Speed Channel.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah, he's got a good gig going on there.
Yeah.
Bobby, who do you see these days in terms of either single or tag teams that you look at and you say, man, if I could still get back in the ring, back in my Crockett era or Bill Watts days, I would have loved to have had a match with this guy or this team. Who is that?
Well, there's a lot of teams, but they're not really teams no more. You know, they just they don't do teamwork. The Samoans. What's their name?
Usos.
Who?
Yes, the
Usos.
Usos.
Yeah, I like them.
I say ooh, you say
That's,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, Rikishi's boys.
Yeah. Well, I like a lot of the
What
single wrestlers, and I like tag teams.
what did you think of them putting together Goldust and Cody Rhodes?
I love it. I
Yeah.
think that's great.
Yeah.
I'm real proud of the guys.
Now, also,
You know?
and as you know, and depending upon when we run this, this could be before or after, days after the Royal Rumble, but the New Age Outlaws, Billy Gunn and Road Dogg, back together again. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I love it. Another thing, you know, they still got a lot of stuff left to offer to people. You know, entertainment was. I enjoy watching them.
Yeah. Well, we're glad to see you are so healthy. Brian, tell everybody out there what
Sure.
you do for traditional championship wrestling.
well, sure. TCW, I'm one of the announcers, color commentators, along with my partner right now, Matt Rhodes. In the past, my partners have been Chris Cruz of WCW fame and Brandon Baxter of Global Wrestling and USWA Memphis fame. So, been a part of that commentary team really from day one since TCW got on television. And so that's my kind of my main role. And then, of course, I mean, I like a lot of guys pitch in my ideas, creative whatnot. So, and then I've done press releases for the company before. So really anything that can try to help build that company and make it grow, you know, whatever it takes.
Little jack of all trades. Before we get back to TCW, I just want to clear something up so we don't get any comments. Bobby, what are you drinking?
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke.
Oh, just want to make sure. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I didn't want anybody to say,
Absolutely.
look at that. He says he's okay, but he's hitting the bottle there. Of course, you can't tell on these Skype connections.
The
Okay.
plastic bottle of Diet Coke.
Good-
Not
good
that
plug
Diet Coke
for-
is sponsoring this week's After Chat.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Tell us what's going on with TCW. I've heard a great buzz going on about TCW on WrestleMania weekend in New Orleans.
That's right. A huge event coming up, and you can get the full details at MidSouthLegends.com or TCWWrestling.com. Matt Riviera and TCW putting together the Mid-South Legends Fan Fest. First time ever that many of the great stars from the Mid-South Wrestling UWF territory will be together under one roof to kind of celebrate the legacy of that organization.
I
and what
heard
it meant
Bill.
to
I heard
professional
Bill
wrestling.
Watts. I heard Bill Watts has accepted an invitation.
That's right. Bill Watts has been announced as being a part of it, so it can't get. You can't really. I mean, how can you hold a Mid-South Legends event without the man himself, the Cowboy
can't.
Bill Watts? So he will be in the house. It's going to be a full day of extravaganza, very similar to what you've seen in the Mid-Atlantic and the NWA Legends Fan Fest out in Charlotte. So it'll have, I believe, a lot of that feel, and actually, but in this case, we'll be covering the Mid-South Wrestling Legends. So it's going to be a great time. There will also be a wrestling event called the Battle Lines Wrestling event that night.
Right.
And again, full details, the entire roster, who's going to be there, both as far as the vendors and then the talent that's going to be there from Mid-South Wrestling Glory Days at MidSouthLegends.com or TCWWrestling.com, the place to find out information on both of that and the wrestling show itself. Some tremendous matches going to go on there. So really just a full day, part of WrestleMania weekend. We're going to be in New Orleans where Mid-South Wrestling was hot and heavy, and back in the day. So it's going to be a great celebration.
So Bobby Eaton, also one of the things that I told a few of the fans that I would be speaking to you today, and hold on because I have a question from one of them here. They wanted to know, this is a guy named Michael Rivera, getting close to Matt, but not fully. Yeah.
Maybe a long lost cousin or something.
Michael Rivera, and Michael wanted to know, he said that he used to watch you, he's from Raleigh, North Carolina, and he said he had seen you in so many great matches, dangerous matches, and every other match. He says, could you ask Bobby what his career highlight was? Great question. It's a general question, but what was that, Bobby?
Well, everybody will say it's the scalpel matches, but it's not. To me, it's not.
Yeah, what was it for you?
I'd say probably the cage matches with Dusty Rhodes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Cage matches with Dusty and Magnum, Dusty and Barry Windham, uh, the Rock and Roll, of course.
Yeah,
You know, fantastic.
we had Ricky Morton on here on the After Chat last week, actually, and you two teams were still going at it as of like last year, weren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, let's say what it is. You know, at that the Mid South Legends Fest, they're gonna many of them will be in the house. You're gonna have Bobby, Dennis, Cornette, and Ricky and Robert. So you know,
that's where I was going
just for
with
the
that.
fans, yeah, it could explode again.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. You never know. Something could break out. It could explode right there, in person. MidSouthLegends.com, right?
I feel bad for Ricky and Robert if it does. You know, I'm not that old yet.
Well, that's
No,
right.
you're
That right
not.
hand.
Well, let's
We
clear
were
that
just
up.
at a show last night. Yeah, he knocked somebody out last night. Just keep that in mind.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Is that
Who was the victim?
a guy named Enforcer, a local show in the Paragould, Arkansas area? He had to mouth off a little bit. We just stopped by to visit the guys, and they wanted to recognize Bobby and give him an award, lifetime achievement, of course. And
Very well
the guy
deserved.
and the guy came out and said he deserved it, and of course he's got a swollen up jaw as a result. So it is
Wow.
what it is.
Yeah, so you still want to, in my opinion, one of the nicest people in the universe, but one of the toughest guys in the entire world.
Thank you, Bill. Well, I don't appreciate you stealing my right-hand punch, neither.
That is true. That is true. I've told people about how you've taught me how to punch with that right hand, and I saw you working on that many, 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 many times. And one of the things that I want to tell, and this isn't to take away from your toughness, but back about 35 years ago, I went through a personal family matter, and I was very down, which is very unusual for me, and it had gotten around the business about this, and all of a sudden one day my phone rang. It was the only person out of everybody I know in the entire wrestling universe, and it was Bobby Eaton. He says, "Hey, Bill, I heard you're, I'd say it was my first wife. He says, I heard you're going through a divorce. He says, you need me for anything? You want to come down here and go on the road with me for a week? Whatever you want to do, get your mind off that. You're family to me." So I never forgot that, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Just want to let you know.
I meant that.
Yeah, I know you did. I know you did. He told me to bring money, though. That was the... No, he didn't. He didn't. But I want to thank you for that, Bobby. Okay, so Bobby Eaton, you can see right now Bobby Eaton is healthy. He's well. He's going out to the independent shows and all that. And Brian, we want to thank you for surprising us this morning with this fantastic guy, who I'm proud to call friend.
Absolutely, glad to do it.
Thank you,
All right, Bill Apter with Bobby Eaton, Brian Thompson from TCW Traditional Championship Wrestling. And what's their website address as well, Brian?
It's it's TCWWrestling.com, and again we're nationwide coverage on the Pursuit channel. If you have Dish Network, DirecTV, you can get it. Those two mediums, and all the details again are at TCWWrestling.com.
All right, and Bobby, one last question: what brand of gum is that you're chewing?
Eclipse.
Okay, we got Diet Coke in there. I figured we might as well get them both in. We'll see you at the matches. Thank you, everybody.